Right, 5 in the morning. Let's have a look. Can we get to France to get the Range Rover Classic? We got the BMW Mini. It broke down last time. Is it going to do it this time? Right, let's go. Well, there we go. We've arrived at the ferry port, problem free, no troubles at all. What are we getting? 37.5 miles per gallon. I took it easy. So let's get on the ferry. I've got to see if I can work out if I can change the speedo to kilometers per hour. I'll have a play with that. Yeah, so I had a little sneak about in the menus. We got kilometers an hour, so now we're showing in kilometers an hour. So hopefully won't go speeding or get stopped by the gendarme. Not arrived in France. Good ferry crossing. Look at my trick little phone mount. Just a bit of wood jammed in behind the speedo. Going perfect. Well, it was all going swimmingly, but we've just had an engine management light come on. Don't know what it is. Now also during the trip, I don't know if you spotted, but we got brake pad warning light come on as well. So Mini's doing all right, driving fine. So let's just have a quick check the fluids and everything. Maybe if we ignition cycle it, we'll clear it. I don't know, let's go have a look. Well, it all looks fine. We've got water, we've got oil. There's no smoke or anything coming out. So I think we'll carry on. We haven't got far to go, to be fair. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Look, the supermarket's closed. So we'll have a go. I'm sure it'll be fine. I haven't bought my code reader. I need to bring my code reader next time, and then I can at least know what it is. Well, we've made it, and the range is still there. So we've got to swap the battery over. We've got to try and connect a radio, get some other bibs and bobs done. But yeah, let's get unpacked and go and see if we can get the rangey going. So we're playing a game. You've got to throw the discs, the metal discs, at the pin and see if you can knock the coins off the top. So you're all close, and you get varying number of points depending how far the disc is from the pin. No. Right, she all started on the button. I've pulled her out. I'm just going to load some of the spares. So I've got the original wheels here. I need one of them as a spare, but I'm going to take them back and get them all cleaned up. So we've got the originals. They're actually pretty mint. Look at those for original wheels. Yeah, so we'll get all those cleaned up. I got some other bits and pieces, so load the car up, get up early in the morning. I might try and fit that USB charger I've bought with me so I can charge my phone. We got the ferry at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So if I leave midday-ish, I've got the original light guards for the front. We'll try and get those on next week. I've got to find some centre caps. We'll get those on next week. And then we got this we've got a water bowser that I found. I want to get painted red, but whether I'll have time to do it, it's all a bit crazy at the moment. But the pigeons have been fairly kind to her. They haven't pooped on her too badly. So we'll give it a quick wash in the morning, get it looking good, get it loaded up now, and then we should be ready to go. Well, it's Tuesday morning. Got the old girl up. She started first time. Got myself a baguette from the local shop. All right, let's go. One thing we need to look at is see whether I can fit a car stereo in here. We also need to get a USB. Oh, we've got a power. I forgot that. I should have bought actually, I've got the USB adapter, so I'll have to see if the cigarette lighter works. I might rig up the GoPro across the two front seats here, so you can join me and get that whole retro 90s, 80s Range Rover experience. I've got a new aerial there to put on. Actually, I've got the new gear knob somewhere with the insert in. But, right, let's see if she starts. There we go. Let it do its stuff. Broth. Right, how are we doing? So I fitted a USB power supply there, which fitted straight in where the cigarette lighter was, but the cigarette lighter was kind of rusty and poopy. You can see inside there, he ain't looking too clever. He wasn't making good contact. So I've got two USB, so I'm good for charging. I've got my new gear knob fitted, or high-low ratio box, good, which is all good. I've made my GoPro mount, which I'll put between the two seats, so you can join me later, like so. Bit of wood, that'll rest in there. Started to look at the stereo. Noticed two wires dangling out of the bottom of the door card, which were these two here, So I think I'm gonna have to redo the whole system. Probably put some new speakers in, although they're quite period. We've got the sort of remains of something here. But while I was in the bottom of this door card, I found this, which looks like it's probably supposed to be a spacer. It's got some sort of gasket. And I wonder if it shouldn't be at the bottom. You see, you got the metal plate and then there's a metal bit and a gasket possibly there. At the top, we seem to be missing that. Let's have a look if that's there on the other side. But there you go, I've got all loaded up, got my stuff in. Minnie's all parked up. Let's have a look. So no, that one doesn't appear to have one either. Now, whether they've taken those out as like a trick, because the door hinges can drop. Is that a way of making the hinges go better? Anyway, I'll have a look. Right, I was going to have a quick look under the seat here and see what that old CB radio thing is. I've worked out the wiring for the gyro and that. There's two red wires going to the gyro, and there's a black and red wire going to the two tons, which I believe is the twin tone horn. So I'll get that put back on. I need to stick this bit of curly trim back down. But we're generally, I think we're okay for... Those of you with eagle eyes will have noticed that the actual inside the door is white. So it must have been a white car. Maybe they took white cars from the factory and made them red. A special order for the old French fire brigade. Don't know. Ah, there we go. The side panel comes off all right. So it's a Philips FM1000. So I've got no idea what one of those is, but I've a feeling this is what this wire links to it. We've got another cable coming under here. So yeah, I'll have to work out what all the wires are going to that and what it does. Anyone know? Let me know. Right, it's time to leave France behind. There we go. Let's see if she starts. Heater plug. Right, we're off. I'll get the GoPro going in a minute. Let's go and fill up with some diesel. Right, there it goes. You're all loaded up with me. Let's go for a drive. I've just started a bit. I've just filled up with fuel, so we're pretty good. So let's select gear. Hold on, let's select first gear. And we're off. So a lot of people said this VM engine was rubbish, but it's not too bad. Famous last words. Right, well, we have arrived in Cherbourg. We just pulled into the supermarket. Didn't stop all the way. It wasn't too far. It's a couple of hours drive. We're all looking good. It smells a bit hot. We'll have a look under the bonnet. Let's pop the bonnet. See if there's anything leaking. But it got here. No sign of any hot engine. Everything's looking good here. I'll check the wheels are tight because they are new wheels we've put on. Let's just get under the bonnet. There we go, put the stop down. It's not smelling too bad. Right, so there you have it. The mighty VM engine. There's no sign of any oil leaking on that side. There's no oil splattered everywhere. It all seems good. brake fluids all good, clutch fluids. We'll check the reservoir. Everything on this side is looking okay. There's not even any oil leaking or diesel leaking. You know, she's all tip top. Let's have a little look. Anything dripping underneath? Doesn't. All looks clean as a whistle. Check that out. She's absolutely tip top. So let's kill a couple of hours now. Get on the ferry. Oh, I've run over someone's car mat. There you go, random. Didn't even see that. Pulling in. Oh, there you go. Battery's all tight. Right, I'll tighten the wheel nuts up, and then we'll go and buy some duty free. Well, not duty free, but some cheap French wine, and then we'll be on our way. Bit different, but look, a map on a trolley. There you go. Also, 2p works in a French supermarket trolley. Successful supermarket raid. Got some wine. Give one to each of the staff. Well, it's probably a customs violation. Some beers for next weekend at Gaydon. She's actually looking low already, but give it a go. Okay, so here's one. So in the UK, they don't like you driving, if you're a UK citizen, driving a French registered car. Now, even though the car is French and is soon to be registered, I've applied for it to be registered to me in France, at my address in France. The police apparently don't like people doing it. So just to stay totes legit, when I'm in the UK, I will put the trade plates on, and then there can't be any question because they're registered to me. So there we go, she's looking good. She's sitting a little bit low at the back, but there we go. We got all the spare tires and everything in there, so we'll see. So in France, there's another system which is called the carte grise, which is basically a logbook you need for your car. Now in France, it's when you sell a car, you have to have a control technique, which is a French MOT, a government test. Now, it doesn't matter if you've passed or failed, but you need to have recently had one. Now, the problem with this car is it didn't run there, where the engine was pooped. So the guy couldn't take it to an MOT to have it MOT'd. So we bought the car and we've applied for a logbook after having got the control technique. But it's kind of like you're not supposed to do it that way. So we're in the midst of French bureaucracy at the moment, but I don't know quite how that's going to play out, but we'll let the French try and work that out. So there we go. Look at those seats, lush. So we got a bit of time to kill. I'm going to have some refreshment and then get onto the ferry. Sorry, this video is a bit sort of chatty, vloggy and everything, but yeah, you don't know whether it's going to go right or go wrong. So we're halfway there. Let's get on the ferry, and then we just got to do the last leg home. So the ferry tonight is overnight. The ferry leaves at 9:30 tonight and gets in at 7 o'clock in the morning. It just chugs across the channel there. I'll try and get some sleep on board, and then in the morning it'll be straight into work. So it's going to be a busy one tomorrow, and that'll be Wednesday. Then I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I've got 4 days. I've got to get the roof tent on the Stig. I've got to get the awning on the Stig. I've got to get all the camping stuff out. I've got this water bowser I want to try and get painted red to tow behind this. I've got the tow hook to fit because it's got the ring. Whether I'll get it all done or not, I don't know, but so far everything's going to plan. We've had the off-roading weekend, we've got the car, it's all going good. So fingers crossed. Gaydon, here we come. So we have arrived at the ferry port. We've checked in. There's our ship. So this is going to be the first time in 34 years, I reckon, this Range Rover's crossed over to back over to the UK, which is going to be awesome. So there goes night on the ferry. Got my pillow. I'm all ready to go. Well, we've made it back to the UK. We're just waiting for border force now. Fan belt's squealing, the rev counter's not, but we haven't got a battery warning light, so I'm not too worried. Maybe I think the fan belt might be a bit loose, but we'll have a look. We'll see how we get on. Well, we're stuck in traffic and the temperature isn't budging. We're doing pretty good on fuel. It hasn't used too much fuel at all. We're nearly at Swindon now, but I don't know, there's some traffic jam going on.
Anyway, that's all right.
we go, from France. We're back, look, there you go, there's Mrs. Powerful videoing me. Alright, back. Now the only problem we had was the tailgate popped open, but that's probably my poor adjustment of the tailgate. But, back to the workshop, how about that? So they go, look, we've still got half a tank of fuel left. So we'll do a little wrap up and that'll pretty much be the end of this video, and then we need to get to Gaydon. But look, it's got 240,000 miles on the clock, kilometers on the clock, sorry. It's what, how many years old? Gosh, it's 1989, it's 34 years old. It's still got all its original panels, all its original interior. I mean, it's an absolute tribute to Land Rover. If these cars are looked after, they will just do 250,000 kilometers, which is just bonkers. And there you go, and drive you from France to the UK.